Alec, what's happening?
I'm just, trying to. Here I am, doing everything I can, holding on to what I am, pretending I'm a Superman.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but
Yeah, yeah,
today we're going to do another episode of SUPERtheticals by Chuck
cool.
Klosterman. In case you weren't aware, we did 5 videos for hypotheticals and now one for SUPERtheticals, which are all basically hypothetical questions and scenarios that Chuck Klosterman puts us in. And the spin on SUPERtheticals is that it's not always necessarily, you don't view each question the same way. You could
Hmm.
have a specific person in mind or an imaginary person that has some certain qualities in mind, and that's what you base the whole scenario around.
Yeah, very. At first I wasn't sure if I really liked it, but I like how each question really kind of keeps you on your toes. Like either it's an imaginary person or it's like this is a person that you know who is close to you and like or so it makes you really kind of consider a lot of different things about yourself, um, which is interesting, introspective.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
as I informed Alec before this video, I've been having like one of the worst weeks of my life, and I'm sure Supertheticals will only bring out the positive here.
So yeah, well we hope so, certainly we hope you things are going better for you soon, and
Yeah.
well, Supertheticals definitely can. These are known to be kind of yutsy, even though I got like super deep last time with a couple of
You
questions. You
never
should go
know.
check out. You should
Yeah.
go check out our first video, if just to kind of get an idea how this works,
Mm-hmm.
or check it out after you're done this one. Regardless, it's good. It's good times, and there are many yucks to be had, I guess you could say, because these are very oddball scenarios at certain times.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. So here we go. This is the first one. This one says specific person.
okay,
This is the most annoying person you are connected with on social media. It should be someone you also know in real life. If you have no relationship to social networking, imagine instead someone from your life who tends to make a terrible first impression at parties.
I'm trying to think because like thinking like most annoying person that I'm connected to on social media. Because a lot of times I weed out the people that I find annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're probably if yeah, I think I almost have. Oh yeah, okay. I think I got one.
Does it count if I have encountered this person in real life? Hmm.
I don't know.
There's a couple ways I could go with this. Should be someone you also know in real life.
Hmm.
I like how in real life is
IRL.
terminology that people use as if we're in a fake life, by communicating in a different way.
I think
Because
the implication there is that you've met them
like I
personally.
know you in real life, right?
Yeah, we've
Like,
met in person once.
but,
But
but is this fake?
like
Is this fake life?
most of our friendship has been conducted online. So
Hmm.
um,
All right,
yeah,
I think I got it. You got one.
I thought I did. I'm kind of reconsidering this. Is like, do I really think that? Okay, yeah, we'll go with her. Sure.
Okay. You and this person have been taken hostage along with 4 random strangers: a middle aged mother of two, a medical student from Rwanda, a nurse with a speech impediment, and a timid 25-year-old jazz musician. The 6 of you are isolated in a fortified underground bunker, so there's no hope for rescue and no possibility of escape. Your captors are desperate terrorists who are convinced that their bizarre political demands will be met only if they prove that they are serious, and they intend to prove this seriousness by murdering one hostage. For whatever reason, your life is not at stake. The terrorists perceive you as the leader of the hostages and pull you into an adjacent cell. One of the terrorists explains how they've decided to kill your imagined acquaintance, who they simply do not like. However, if you tell them to kill a different hostage, they'll take your advice into consideration. And regardless of what you advise, this person will never know that this conversation took place. What do you instruct the terrorists? Okay, well, first the clue is to look at the other people and see if they're deserving of being murdered at all.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So go through who the other people
we have a
were.
middle-aged mother of two.
Okay.
Sounds like not a good idea.
Yeah, probably
A
not.
medical student from Rwanda. I mean, they didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, no,
A
they're
nurse with
pretty
a
innocent.
speech impediment, as if the speech impediment is like something you can hold on, grab onto.
Yeah,
Kill that one. She
that's
got a speech
horrible. Yeah,
impediment.
she's got a speech impediment. Yeah.
And a timid 25-year-old jazz musician. See, all these people seem fine, right?
They seem so wholesome and nice, you know?
But we also know only like one note of their
Yeah, it's
personality. But
one facet of the personality. Yeah.
um, and just by virtue of being annoying on social media, do you deserve, like, I don't view them less than these people who I don't know at all.
See, the one person it's funny because the one person I'm considering, I kind of had a thing for at one time. So, I can't in good conscience be like, yeah, go ahead and kill her,
Hmm.
because it's like, even though horribly annoying.
But so you would go so far as to advise them on a different hostage to
But
kill.
yeah, what I don't. So okay, wait. Did it say? So hold on. Did it say that like they are consulting me? Or did they let me know we're gonna kill them unless you have another
Yeah, they
idea,
said they
another
decided
person?
to kill this annoying social media person. But you can they will take your advice into consideration if you tell them to kill a different hostage, and then no one will know that this person will never know that this conversation took place. So
I mean, you want to pretend that you're noble and would say take me instead, but I don't know if I would really do that, to be honest.
hmm.
Um,
No, I wouldn't do that.
I guess
But
I'm a little too selfish in that regard.
also I think they don't want you to do that in this situation either. I think
No, no.
like you are just safe, and you just
Well,
have
okay,
this.
I mean, especially because they are consulting you, so it seems like it's like you seem cool enough. We're gonna keep you around. But
You seem cooler than that timid jazz
that
musician and
timid
that
jazz musician.
nurse with a speech impediment. I don't think I, in good faith, could say any of these people based on these qualities, like advise
She's
that
just.
they kill them. Like if they already decided in their mind, it's like
I mean,
less pressure on my conscience to then suggest they go after this other person.
if I could focus on only one thing, I think it would probably be the and hear me out
Uh oh.
before you make anything. Would be the middle-aged woman with two kids, and so that sounds horrible because you're creating orphans,
Yeah, it
but
does sound horrible.
that is pretty
But
terrible.
I had a
But
thing for this other chick.
no, 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 no. Well, that has nothing to do with it
No,
because
no.
I don't anymore. So, um, but like,
You're saying
I
because
mean,
they've lived.
she's lived a longer life. It's like she's had enough time
Yeah.
to. So like that would be the only thing I could really even latch on to. Like I
Interesting. Because, like, I go to the ones that aren't nailed down by anything. Those are the ones I gravitate towards killing.
so like the Rwanda medical student or
Yeah, like the timid jazz musician.
timid jazz musician. Like what's he
But
get to live for?
yeah, but
Joe Gardner. It's like
I just think like it's a matter of it'll have less impact on other people. Sadly, if they die.
oh yeah, yeah,
If
that's
you're
the
a
thing about
middle-aged
the
mother,
mother.
you know,
The mother, that's the thing. Didn't say how old her kids are though.
she's middle-aged though, so it could be
Maybe
anywhere
her maybe
from
her yeah, maybe her maybe
young kids to 20s or
yeah, maybe she had kids young and she's got kids like my age.
hmm which you would be fine without your parents. It's great.
No, it would be pretty terrible, but I mean it would be
Imagine if
horrible.
someone decided to kill your parents instead of the annoying social media
An
friend.
annoying social media person.
How would you like it?
Um,
All
I
right.
wouldn't at all. I
So
would hate it,
I
in
think I
fact.
think um, I wouldn't impose anything on them because these people don't deserve to die any more than this other person. And if they made
I
a
mean,
bad
just
first impression on the terrorists, that's on them, right?
yeah. I mean, again, the only thing I can say, I don't know if I would even have the courage to even say anything about that. I would just be like, what is it? What does my voice matter? Like, why does it have to be me? I don't want to pick any, and I wouldn't pick anyone. I probably just wouldn't.
So that would be the
Which
same
probably to
thing.
the yeah, which probably to the chagrin of and doom of this other person, and that's
But
sad.
just because I know someone, like, And this isn't like a super close friend. It obviously wouldn't be a person I'd
Yeah,
say is
she's not a super
annoying.
close friend to me.
So just by virtue of like knowing this person doesn't mean that they should be valued over other people's lives, you know, and like so much that I should impose that and
Yeah,
like be like
it's like
kill
you
this
can't.
person instead.
Yeah, I know. I can't like.
When it's not like, oh, you have a rapist in there with you.
Yeah, it's like, well, that's kind of easy. Like, it's like
It's like they just
you
have
get.
occupations and
Yeah, they're just normal people. I mean, maybe some of them are. Maybe one, maybe the.
but you don't know.
Yeah, but you don't know. You don't know anything about
So
them.
that's my
So
yeah. So we're not gonna suggest anyone for them to kill, right?
I mean, unless we're given time to like.
Really get to know the people.
Yeah, if we like get to know like things about them, and then we find out
Name
that
some
they're.
bad things you've done real quick.
Yeah, name some like really horrible things that you've done, please. This is life or death for most of us. But apparently not death for me.
All right. I think that's good. All right, this one we need a specific person. Imagine the most quote unquote normal person you know. The definition of normal is whatever it means to you. The most normal person you know.
I'm trying to think of like some people I knew in college. There were some normies
So
that I knew in college.
freaking normal people in college.
Like super normal. Yeah.
Super fucking normal.
Got one.
Okay.
Yep, I got one.
The imagined person has gone missing. It's as if they have vanished off the face of the earth. For 3 months, no one sees or hears from them, and because they appear to have left their phone, passport, and identification behind, they are assumed to be dead. A memorial is held, and the person's family says they will never give up hope, but it's time for everyone to move on from this baffling tragedy. A year passes. You go on vacation to France. While dining alone at an outdoor cafe in Paris, you believe you see this person sitting by themselves at a table across the street. Though it is impossible to be certain, you would place the likelihood that this is the individual who disappeared at 90%. You call out their name, and the person looks up, although so do several other patrons at the cafe, some of whom are annoyed by your yelling. You rise from the table and try to make it across the street, but traffic is heavy. You momentarily lose sight of them, and when you finally
This is like
reach
a
the
movie.
table, they are gone. You don't see them or anyone who resembles them for the rest of the trip. Do you let this go, or do you contact the family of the missing person? And in either case, what is your reasoning?
It's like a freaking movie. That was amazing. I love like you rise, you chase them across the street. There's the traffic gets too heavy. It's
And
like
you lose sight of them.
it's amazing, and you don't see them for the rest of the trip. I feel like, oh man. Well, the person I'm thinking of is like, I don't have a particularly strong relationship with them.
Same.
In fact, I was actually just kind of just like a couple nights ago, or I guess it was last night. I was talking with my housemates about college experiences, and he came up in one of them, and it was not a positive experience with him.
Mhm.
So,
What
most
is-
of my memories with him are not like the most positive things in the world. I don't dislike him.
Hmm.
Um,
I wonder what the quality of someone being normal. Why does that have to come into play? You think?
well,
If
because I
someone's
guess
outrageous, then it's like,
if they had it outrageous, like maybe they're really funny and you found that really endearing quality, or like maybe they were like super smart or super intelligent and like whoa, so they're big shot important, but I don't know anything about
okay, so
him.
but in this situation,
In
they
that
obviously they don't want people to know that they're there, right? They're trying to
Right.
escape.
But you're 90% certain.
Mhm.
So it could have been somebody that looked exactly like him, because like weirder things have happened. I've seen people. There's been several times where I've seen somebody that I swore was like someone else, and it's made me double take. And then it's like you're too far. It seemed to me you're too far away to know for certain, because like there are times where I've like done double takes and I'm like, is that them? And then when I get closer, it's like, oh, they don't actually hold up to scrutiny
Yeah.
when you see them. So
So you're like across the street, but so you
Yeah.
call out to them, and they look up along with several other people. But then by the time you get
But-
over there, they're gone.
yeah,
So are you like, I would.
do you freak them out? Maybe like
Yeah.
maybe if it wasn't think about like, because if it wasn't them, if it ended up not being them, maybe they just got freaked out with the fact that you stood up and started walking towards them after you yelled out their name. I mean, like me, if that happened for me, I would just be like, "What?" And I don't think I would like get up and like leave unless the person had like a menacing intent.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I don't
like
know.
the time, like I get there's heavy traffic, but by the time you get over there, you lose sight of them. It seems like they tried to get out of there real quick,
Yeah,
like they did not want to be seen. So it
yeah.
seems like
It does
good
seem,
chances they are this
yeah,
person.
like that even goes above your 90% chance that you're certain by sight that it's them. Like that
Hmm.
that would lend a little extra. I would say that bump up a few percentage points from
But
that.
then the question is, do you tell the family this when you know this person doesn't want their family to know for whatever reason, right? Because they might
Maybe they don't not want their family to know.
do they just disappeared?
Yeah, maybe they're just taking a break, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, because like that knowledge would be really that knowledge is like a lot of power, right? Like
Yeah.
it's a weird amount of power, and I don't like that.
Maybe you stay in Paris a while longer. Just float
Just to maybe
around the
like
area.
hire like a private eye or something. Like hire Hercule Poirot. You can get him over from. Oh wait, he's a fictional character. Never mind. You you can
Get
no
Clarice on it.
get Clarice on it. Yeah, get L on the case. He'll figure
You
it
could
out.
do that. You could, like, just
You could do
or
that. You
just
could.
scope out, if see if they frequent the same area. Like, come back
Yeah,
the
maybe
next
you
few
could put
days.
on your own disguise. Yeah, I mean, like I feel like I would before I would say anything, I would want more definitive
Mm-hmm.
evidence.
Next thing you know, you're dead and you can't say anything.
I mean, maybe,
You're
but like,
murdered.
hey, that sounds like an adventure, right? You know, like
Yeah, that's it. That's what I would do.
you'd want
I
to,
would neither
you'd,
let this go nor contact the family of the missing person. And
yeah. I
yet,
don't think I could really let it go.
well, you
Like,
don't obviously don't contact them if there's a chance it's
no,
not the person and they are just
yeah,
dead.
it's tough. It's tough because like that would, unless I knew for certain that information would be like way too, it would kill me because like I would have to know one way or the other. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to let it go, but I wouldn't be able to tell anyone unless I had a more definitive
Yeah,
answer. You know?
for sure. Because then, like, it's even better if you wait and then you can confirm 100%. Because then you got this nice treat for the
Yeah,
family and be like, this is the person. They are there,
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
All right.
Might have been a cop out answer for both of us, but you know what?
This is a specific person.
Okay.
This person was your best friend in the third grade. If you've
Oh,
lost
geez.
contact with this person, assume their core personality characteristics are similar now to what they were then, and their intellect has progressed normally.
Okay.
Okay.
I know this person. I
Yeah.
don't know them currently at all, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here. Well, I'm trying to think, because I had a couple of like people I would consider best friends in school, and then I had like a couple
Mhm.
outside of school
That's
that I
yeah.
didn't really go to class with.
Oh, it's easy answer for me. I already know who this is because it was the next year where he was like, "Yeah, I don't want to be your friend anymore." I was
I
like,
have decided.
that was straight up like that. It was weird,
Nice.
and that broke my little fourth grade like mind and heart, and it was horrible.
Fourth
Fourth
grade.
fourth grade was
Fourth
like one of the
graders are
worst.
weird, bro.
Yeah, fourth grade was like one of the worst years of my like little childhood existence. I
Nice.
didn't have any friends at all. It
Nice.
was terrible. I got by though.
That's awesome. Um, I'm trying to figure out which one I should go with. I think I'll go with Alright, I'll go with this one. Okay. This person contacts you by mail and asks to speak with you privately. You agree. Their tone is
Why?
somber.
Why do I have to agree?
You've agreed. Their tone is somber, and they begin by saying, "I think it's time we finally talk about that terrible afternoon."
Oh my gosh, it's like reading my soul. What is this?
Huh. They proceed
That's
to recount a traumatic event that allegedly occurred the summer following your third grade year. Okay, it's a little off, right?
yeah, it's a little off,
Okay,
but like
so
maybe,
this is a
maybe
different
this
thing.
is okay.
According to them, the two of you inadvertently stumbled upon a severely injured man trapped inside a mangled vehicle after a car accident. The man was unable to escape from the wreckage, prompting a pack of feral dogs to maul him as he hemorrhaged. You were too young and too scared to help, so you both watched the horror unfold from a distance until an ambulance finally arrived. Paralyzed by fear and guilt, you agreed never to speak of it to anyone. Your friend, unable to shake the memory, still dreams of the man's desperate screams from inside the vehicle, but you have no memory of this event at all. It happened in a location close to where you were living at the time, and all the circumstances leading up to the incident seem identical to your memory of that period, yet there is no part of the story that feels even vaguely familiar. Do you believe this event actually happened and that you repressed the memory, or do you think your friend is lying or confused? How do you respond?
My friend is lying and or confused.
Can you repress the memory that hard?
I don't think you could repress it that hard. I mean, hey, maybe it would explain why it's like he decided he's not my friend anymore because he remembered the whole time, and I just
you repressed it real quick.
I repressed it real quick, and
over
then,
the summer,
and then the new people that came in fourth grade year, where there were new students, and they were like, he's lame or whatever they told him. I don't know. He's just like, I won't be your friend anymore, and I was like, okay. I don't know how I'm supposed to even.
This person I'm thinking of is a girl that I used to play Neopets with online, and I emailed her one time saying that I liked her, and then she stopped talking to me.
Wow.
Our friendship is over.
Wow.
I sent an email.
Wow, that's cold. That's real cold.
It was a love email.
A email?
Yeah. Like I like you.
Oh, okay.
And then the next day, your friend came up to me and was like, is it true that you like her? Yeah, and then she just stopped talking to me, you know?
Wow.
Ruined the friendship that day.
You had cooties right there.
Mm-hmm.
That was your problem. Yeah.
So
what is up with kids? Like why is that a thing that like happens?
Kids, man.
Yeah, it's like, well, kids, they probably just don't. She probably just didn't know how to even like respond to it, so she was just like, whatever. I'm just gonna ignore him.
Wasn't into it. Just wanted to play Neopets. Yeah. That's all right. Do I believe it actually happened? I mean, I can't, right?
But no, not at all. I would never.
I just I've never had a memory that's been repressed. Like I don't even know how that works exactly. So I don't know what traumatic, like people who do experience traumatic things and repress it. Like I don't know how that works in their memory. But
no,
like knowing my living experience, that I feel like I would have remembered witnessing this.
So I can remember one time in elementary school, and actually I think I was in kindergarten, where I don't remember if they had to call somebody, but I remember with my goading, I got him, this friend of mine, to stuff paper towels down urinals, and I think the toilets as well. I don't really know why, but we just thought it was really funny until we started flushing them, and then they wouldn't stop flushing, and they overflowed, and they flooded the whole boys' bathroom. It was just during a basketball. No. Was it during a basketball game? I think it was during a soccer game.
This is why you couldn't be friends with you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
This is in kindergarten. This was 3 years before that. We were in kindergarten. I don't remember if it was during a soccer game or a basketball game. I can't remember, but I do remember. Or it could have even been during like a Christmas performance. Like it was anything. We were at an event. It was after school, but it was like an event being held at the school, and then we were just clowning around, you know, as young ne'er-do-wells do, and yeah, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So no, we don't believe them. They're probably lying or confused.
No, I don't believe you. No, my memory. I have a lot of. While I am of the full mental awareness to know that your memories can indeed lie to you, and that your recollection of events is not always factually correct, based on either rationalizations or assumptions that you kind of make in your brain, just the way your eyes process things, and with any other varying amounts of factors. But I hold pretty fast to a lot of those formative memories. You know, I have a lot of nostalgia for a lot of periods of times in my life. I have a lot of memories that are like super important in those various areas, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I feel like I no, like
So
that's
yeah,
just
how I would respond is, what are you talking about?
yeah. I'd just be like, first of all, you stopped being my friend a long time ago. I'm pretty sure that after we stopped being friends, you dropped out of school because you got like super depressed, and that was sad. And then I think you may have had some mental problems develop uh,
So maybe think
aside
about
from
that for a
being
second.
depressed. So I think that might be more what's going on, and also
Nice.
don't contact me anymore.
Good talk.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is a
So
hypothetical
hold
question.
on. What would you would just be like,
I
what are
said,
you
"What are you
talking
talking
about?
about?" Yeah.
That's it. Just like, what
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Yeah. You're lying or confused.
Yeah.
What do you want?
What do you want from me? Wait, what do you want? That could be, that could actually be a
Got
reasonable
nothing for
response.
you.
What do
Head
you
back to
want from
camp.
me?
All right.
Go back and play Neopets.
Hypothetical person. Okay.
Okay.
This person seems exactly like someone you dated or might have dated when you were younger. The way they look
Hmm.
and the way they act mirrors the type of person a younger version of yourself was often attracted to or involved with. Neopets girl.
I mean, I guess it's
Exactly that kind of girl.
my only girlfriend. I guess she's showing up again. So, well, it's not technically her; it's an
You don't
imaginary
have to do that.
person.
You could say someone you might have
But I
dated.
didn't. But I didn't. Oh,
They said the way they look
okay,
mirrors
okay,
the type of person a younger version of yourself was
okay.
often attracted to.
Sure. Yeah, we'll get somebody I went on several dates with that were
Mm,
not technically dates because we were awkward. But they were. Okay, I got somebody.
okay, sure.
She's married and has 3 kids now.
God bless. You are a
Yeah.
therapist. This person is your patient.
Oh no.
Everything about their life seems ideal, yet they remain unhappy. I don't understand it, they tell you at the end of your first therapy session. It's almost like there's something about myself that everyone else can see, but I can't see it. I can't shake the feeling that there's something crucial about my personality that I don't understand, even though it's obvious to everyone else. But what could it be? You're a good therapist, so you don't make any arbitrary accusations or offer any unfounded conjecture. You simply agreed to meet the patient again next week and discuss this problem further. But privately, what do you assume is the probable answer to their question?
Because you're not with me, baby.
Is it something
That was the only thing I could think of
someone
there.
who mirrors the way the
Yeah.
person acted, like someone who you would be attracted to? So
Okay.
it's not that
Okay.
person, but it's
I
someone who
know it's
would be
not that.
like
I
that.
know it's not that person, but
You really like,
um,
but
this
to
is kind
make
of
this kind
tough.
of
This is tough.
assumption is really taking a leap that they're a perfect like cookie cutter version of the same person that you can say, oh, this is the problem.
Yeah,
I guess I mean
kind of tough. I don't know.
it's almost like there's something about myself that everyone else can see, but I can't see it.
Like a problem. Why am
Something
I not
crucial about
stuck?
my personality that I don't understand, even though it's obvious to everyone else. What could it be?
You beat around the bush. You don't come out and say what you really intend,
Mm-hmm.
and you yeah, that was kind of yeah. It's like you beat around the bush too much. You need to actually come out and say what you feel and be honest with your own emotional state, and you need to be upfront and tell people that rather than just bottling it all up and or telling other people and not confronting the people of who you have or do not have feelings for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would actually say similarly. Yeah, transparency, being more open, and not like pretending things are okay when they're not okay, or hiding your true feelings and being more open and transparent for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, cuz like if it's mirroring that person, that was kind of the problem that ultimately led to when I found out that by the way, she's dating this other person. I hope you know like some friend of mine told her I was like, "Thank you. You just free a huge weight off my chest." Because it's like she just wouldn't be honest with me about things.
Nice. Yeah.
Um, and like, and then I found out like later, it's like, oh yeah, she was like would always like make fun of you whenever you'd come up in conversation and stuff like that. And I was like, cool. I don't know. It's like, be nice if you confronted me about that. Again, transparency.
Yeah.
Be open to, instead of dodging it when it actually comes to a difficult conversation. It's like face that head on. It's gonna be the key to solving a lot of your problems with your relationships, and with just like not even like romantic relationships, just like all your relationships. Just if you're willing to talk things out with people, then like that will solve a lot of your problems.
And maybe be a little less judgmental of others as well. And like be more accepting of people's flaws, and be a little more selfless, and not so self-focused.
That's kind of fun to just lay that out right at this person right now. It's just like, here's what your problem is. Well, I mean, I guess technically you're not, because you're a good therapist. But this is what you would think. You're thinking it. Yeah, that's funny.
All right, another hypothetical person.
Okay.
This person reminds you of yourself, except much older and terminally ill.
Okay.
This is a hypothetical person, so you don't really have to think much. So they're just someone who's older, terminally ill, and reminds you of yourself.
Okay.
Cool. You meet this person during the final days of their life. The friendship is instant, intimate, and profound. It's uncanny how much they seem like an older version of yourself. As they reminisce about the existence they have led, it's as if they're telling you the story of your own life, except experienced during a different era and a different place. The jobs they've held, the people they've loved, the problems they've faced. Almost every anecdote feels like a version of your own. After 3 days of conversation, they ask you to draw closer. They need to tell you something important. As I'm sure you've already realized, they begin, you're making at least one massive mistake in your life that you will always regret, but it's not too late for you. The person then closes their eyes, exhales deeply, and dies. What do you assume they were going to tell you? Okay, so that's asking you what the massive mistake that we're making in our lives.
Yeah,
right now
we're currently making in our lives.
Well, if it was like a few days ago, I'd be like putting too much stock in other people, and like depending too much on other people for my happiness, kind of thing. But now I don't know if it's like right now.
This is really tough, because this is honestly something that I think about, like not like me meeting a terminally ill version of myself, like a thing that like what's something that I can be doing to improve the way I'm living, like what's something that I can,
because I would say maybe a change in a job for sure, but I'm actually working on that now. So it's like right now I don't know what the massive mistake is.
You're focusing too much on what you don't have rather than enjoying what you do have. So like for me, that is very obviously a relationship. I've been single for a very long time. Once I was dating somebody, that it was like, hey, I never want to go back to being single, and then it was like, oh, okay, and that's happened, and it's been a long time, and I've gone on some dates with some people. I've met some nice people, but like none of it's really ever lasted. Either I grow disinterested, whether it be like, yeah, maybe you're not really the right person for me, chemistry's not there, or they ghost me, which has happened several times. Where it's like, hey, and I'd ask them. There was one time that was amazing, where it was like I reached out to them again, like maybe maybe it was like kind of out of the blue. It was like a month or maybe 2 months later. So I reached out to them again, and they were like, "Oh, hey, sorry, I'm in actually a relationship that's going really well with somebody right now. So it would have been nice, but like I had assumed that you were interested when you stopped talking to me." And I was like, the last thing that left off on was me asking you a question. like a question that required some like thought. Like it was like a decent question. And then you just ignored me. So what are you talking about? Like that's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I'd say too, yeah, I mean it's similar as well, where it's like I don't want to be single, That's
Mm-hmm.
how I felt for a while, but I don't know if that's something that they would say is a you're making at least one massive mistake in your life. You will always regret.
I mean,
But
I
I
do.
mean,
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm trying to.
I
I
don't
don't want
know.
to say I'm trying too hard because there are times where like you're clearly not trying hard enough. You're not taking enough risks. Maybe playing too safe is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You moved out, that's great, but you're still playing it too safe. You're playing. You're not taking as many risks as you could in terms of.
Yeah.
I've actually thought about that in terms of like who like I am getting to the point where it's like, all right, I'm turning 30 this year. I'm getting to the point where like I'm sick of the whole like I just want to go out like I'm sick of the whole like message and get to know somebody because like I can't go out and date anybody now with the pandemic. So obviously all of it's going to be online. But I'm sick of the whole like questions thing. I just want to like go out on a date with somebody and just like talk to them and get to know them for like a few hours. So it's like
Hmm.
that just needs to that's being more bold in terms of being more bold and also trying not to obsess over being in control of the situation, if that makes any sense. Like uh to use some Christianese, let go and let God.
Mm-hmm.
um I hate that phrase. I don't think I don't really agree.
Okay.
I don't necessarily agree with the sort of like mentality behind that, but like there is an iota of truth in that, like where it's like I do feel like I try to micromanage because I'm a religious person, so I do try to micromanage my own everything that's going on. But like sometimes it's like I'm trying to do too much where I'm not putting any onus. I'm putting all the onus on me, and I'm not taking this to God, basically. So I feel like some of it could be part of that. I don't know if it's all sort of blended together, but I think a lot of it can really be summed up in you need to take more risks. You need to try to be more like stop playing it safe. That might be the biggest mistake that you're
Hmm.
making. I feel like that could probably be summed up in that.
I feel like the past couple of years I've always like been upset with where I'm at in life, like in terms
Mm,
of my job and my social life and everything. And then the past year I made a conscious effort to be more sociable, um, to interact with more people and try to appreciate where I'm at more.
mm,
But then I almost feel like that's like the opposite of where I'm at now, where it's like it kind of backfired on me recently, and like I cared so much about all these people around me that now it's like affecting me a lot more
mm,
negatively, and so almost I should be like doing more than like I've almost gotten it down to this tiny scale of where like all my world consisted of was me and like the people in my work and like a couple
mm,
people outside of that, but maybe it should be just like forgetting about the whole thing and actually going out and just experiencing life and being
mm,
more free in that way
mm,
rather than like being so tied down to like I need to have these people in my life and they need to be happy with me and things like that, and like because once I lose those people it's almost like everything comes crashing down.
yeah,
So maybe more being more free spirited and like more life experiences in general, like
yeah.
being able to go out and travel would be nice, honestly, like something like that, and some
I'm
sort
so
of
happy for this
vacation, you
vaccine.
know.
They tell me this vaccine. I'm really hoping. I know there's still a long road ahead of us. I know there
Yeah.
still is, but like I'm really hoping that like this summer things will start branching out again. Finally, life will kind of continue.
Yeah. But
Um,
it's like you were saying,
kind of
playing
needs to.
playing
But,
playing it safe, but
mhm.
not even for me just in terms of relationships, but with life and like
Yeah,
okay, maybe I do need to just like forget about all this and just and try to move more to a place I want to be.
yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah, I
tough.
mean, like another thing too in that is like cooking. Something that like I desperately need to learn how to do, and I don't know. I find any number of excuses to not do
That'd be
it.
great if that's what they were going to tell you. You're making you're making
You're
a
not
waste of
learning how to cook.
you're making one massive
I'm
mistake.
terminally ill with I don't know, diabetes or something. I don't know what he's got.
Probably diabetes, right?
Probably
Uh,
diabetes.
I don't know.
You didn't take your diabetes medication.
You're making one massive mistake. You don't want to meet up with this person on
You're, eat,
Tuesday.
you're eating too much sugar.
You've agreed to meet this person on Tuesday. That won't end well for you.
No,
I've foreseen it.
won't end well for you. You need to meet them on Thursday instead. It will go a lot
They will
better, I
give you the
swear.
terminal illness that I now
I,
have.
oh, jeez.
Okay, so we're halfway through. That's 5.
All right, let's keep it going.
A specific person. This is a
Mm-hmm.
person you consider to be intelligent and very open-minded. They should be someone you know personally, although they don't need to be a person you know well.
Intelligent and open-minded.
That's me.
All right, I got somebody.
All right. Small but powerful bomb has been surgically implanted inside your chest cavity. It will detonate in 24 hours unless you can convince this person that they are not alive.
What?
They don't have to accept this notion in totality, but they need to concede that it's at least remotely possible that they are not actually alive. You can use any argument you want. You can prey upon their emotions, fears, and anxieties. You can lie, manipulate facts, and quote imaginary sources. However, you cannot mention that there's a bomb implanted in your chest. If you do, the bomb will explode instantaneously. What is your argument to this person? There's no way, dude. It's at least they have to concede that it's at least
Unbelievable.
remotely possible that they're not actually alive. So what you
Okay.
need to do is you need to take it on a grander scale than this specific person, right? I don't think you can convince one person that they might not be alive. I think you can convince them maybe all of us are not alive,
Yeah.
and then that maybe there's a 1% chance, kind of like the we're all in a simulation
Yeah,
argument,
they all like the Matrix argument. Yeah.
where it's like I don't believe that, but I can't disbelieve it, right? Maybe something like that, where it's like
Or we're all members. We're all people in somebody's dream, maybe. You know,
but we need
characters in
convinced that it could be dead, though. That's the harder part. So it's like there's some sort of weird afterlife. I don't know, but isn't that the way?
I feel like I would have
'Cause
to
there's no
appeal.
way to appeal to the specific person, is there?
I would think. I feel like I would have to appeal to maybe some comic book sensibilities
Right.
of some sort. Because this person I'm thinking of is very big into like comic books. I don't know comic books very well though. That's the only problem. But I feel like there would have to be some sort of have to be some sort of like something I would have to build on from that from an idea in something in there. Sort of matrixicize it, you know, bring in some Matrix stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Try to convince him that deja vu is actually like the feeling of deja vu is legitimately your it's like a glitch in the system of a sort of your mind trying to tell you that you aren't alive, which is why it feels so funny. It can be anxiety inducing.
Yeah. See, like with all these theories, though, it's almost like
I don't even know where to begin.
it, right? You never fully believe like any
No.
amount of it. It's like,
No.
oh, that's fun to think about, right?
Yeah.
It's fun to think about that we're all in a simulation, but there's no part of you that believes it, right?
No. Not really.
So,
Well, I
but
mean,
it says
even
it
if
will
there's a part of
detonate.
me, even if there's a part of me that like that even sort of considers it, it's like, well, okay, but what does it matter?
Mm-hmm. So is that all
You
you
know?
need to do? Is just have a good conspiracy theory, and and so it's
I mean,
not
he
really,
loves his conspiracy theories, but like as a joke.
yeah.
Like he's come up with this idea that he wants to I don't know if I haven't asked him about this recently, but he came up with an idea to legitimately create a fake alt-right news source so that he could have an interview with Alex Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, good luck. I wished him luck.
See, It will detonate in
But
24 hours unless you can convince the person they are not alive. They don't have to accept this notion in totality, but they need to concede that it's at least remotely possible that they're not actually alive. Like,
can you really be alive if someone like Alex Jones is existing in this reality?
yeah.
Like, come on. Like, he's made up.
But they can concede. You can concede that there's at least remotely possible that we're in a simulation. You can concede that.
Yeah, I feel like I could
We
get
can all
somebody to
concede
probably
that,
concede that.
but
Yeah. Is that enough? Do you
is
think?
that
Do you think
enough?
is that enough for the scenario?
But to remotely concede, like you could say, yeah, okay, I don't know. I could be dead. I don't have any way of knowing that I'm not dead.
See,
But
that's the thing. We've had conversations like this, and I feel like we've both come to that conclusion. But it's like, yeah, there's no way of us actually knowing it. So what does it matter?
so is that enough to
I
concede
guess.
that it's a remotely
Sure.
possible?
I would just appeal on some prior conversation that we had, I guess.
I feel like, yeah, we're talking intelligent people. So intelligent people,
Yeah.
they're not going to say that, no, I know that I'm, well, they, if it was a simulation argument, there's no one that'll say, no, I know I'm not in a simulation, because you can't know that. But you might have people say, no, I know I'm alive because I'm living. I'm actively
Yeah.
living
I'm
here.
bleeding. I'm breathing. I'm living.
But
You could, it's the most preposterous thing to suggest that we're living in a simulation. See, but yeah, I think both of
simulation
us
is
just
fine.
have that perspective that it's like, yeah, maybe there's like the most remote possibility that that's the case, but like, what does it matter in the end? Because it's like cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. I know that I exist because I have consciousness.
But that consciousness could not be your own.
Your consciousness could be
It's
lying to you because like your memories can lie to you. Your consciousness could be
is
completely lying.
fabricated.
It's a fabrication.
It's like it's a predestined consciousness. Like it's all scripted. Even you having the conversation.
You're following a subroutine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. It's remotely possible.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
dead.
I guess. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you can do. That's all you can argue.
I guess. Yeah. Is that the only way you can get the bomb out of you? I guess is by convincing them of
Yes.
that. Okay. Well, I wouldn't appeal to his anxieties because I'm not a dick.
You can play and manipulate and.
I'm just like, no, that'd be horrible. I feel like the worst person in the world for doing that.
But I don't know how you could play on that, like to get them
But
to.
I think the idea there is you break them down emotionally to the point where you get them to just agree to anything you say.
What?
Super
Who
dark.
do they think we are? All right. Specific person. This person is someone in your life you strongly dislike. You don't have to know them well, but you need to know them well enough that they also know you. In other words, it can't be someone you hate but have never met in person.
Strong. I have to have met them in person.
Mm-hmm. All right, I got one.
Yep, I got somebody.
This person does not realize that you suddenly have the power to give them an illness. It can be any type of illness with any level of distress.
These are
A
amazing.
mildly annoying sore throat, the sniffles, a nagging headache, influenza, or even pancreatic cancer. If you choose to do this, your enemy will have no idea how they acquired the ailment, and neither will anyone else. Your involvement will be totally undetectable. In other words, you can give them any sickness you desire, and no one will know. Do you give this person an illness, and what illness do you give them? My answer would be no. What? I don't think that doesn't do them any good just to give them an illness, honestly.
It's a little weird. It's just an oddly specific question. I feel like for fun, I would give them the same cold that I had in 2013 to 2014. There was a cold that I had where it sucked because I got it the week of the Christmas gala at college.
Mm-hmm.
And it was horrible because like I could almost not talk at all. And I had to sing because I was in the choir. So I could barely talk. And I remember there was like almost starting the concert, there was like a solo of the bass section. And I had to be a strong voice in that because we didn't exactly have a very large college choir. And I just made do. I made it work. But that cold lasted. I still had effects from that cold, like phlegm and crap. from that first week of December all the way through middle of January. It was like it's towards the end of our rehearsals for the Mikado that we did in 2014, because I came back to college early. Um, it was in the early 2014 in January. I was still had some effects from that cold.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd give for fun. It's a very hard. It's a
Very
hard. It was
fun.
harmless. Just for fun, I'd probably give them that.
I
Yeah,
think,
just be like,
yeah.
you know what, you during the Mikado specifically, the person I'm thinking of, you pissed me off so much during that. The reason this is on the brain right now. So well, A, college, but B, it was 7 years ago this month. I was just seeing some pictures from it earlier, and I was like, oh yeah. And I saw the picture of this guy, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember him. And I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, man, I do not like him at all.
Yeah, I strongly
um,
dislike this person, but
yeah,
I
but
think
I mean, I wouldn't do anything
if
more
you go
harmful than
further
that.
than that, you're in really dangerous
It's like,
territory.
yeah, it's like I
It's
would,
asking what harm would you inflict on this person without consequences, basically.
yeah, enough of like irritation for a month.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
about
like
it.
I'll give them cancer.
Yeah, it's like that's horrible. Like I wouldn't give them anything worse than that. Anything worse than that, I would feel really bad for. Like a little bit of pain, yeah, sure, I'd slug him. Like I strongly considered it several times, um, but um,
Give him a couple hallucinations.
I would give it an LSD trip, just like out of the blue.
Give him really
Um,
painful PTSD.
no, but honestly, like anything else besides that, like I didn't have a fever from it. It was just kind of gross. I was sick for. You can actually still tell that I'm suffering from it in on my YouTube channel in my Chrono Cross review.
Hmm.
You could still hear that I was stuffed up from it.
Maybe I'll give him a real bad
So
cough.
just
Have at
just
it for
really
the
bad
next few
cough.
months. Have fun with that.
Have some of that.
Have fun at work, coughing.
Yeah, but that would see, and that's another thing that would right now that would get everybody to be like, ugh, and
That's
make
right.
everybody want to stay away from him.
That's right.
Yeah.
You will know the pain only known to those who cough during the pandemic.
I
Okay.
mean, that's been me. Thankfully, I've been able to. I've had a light cough
Hmm.
since earlier this week,
Just a
but
little bit of a cough, high fever, just a little
yeah,
bit
I've
of
just
a.
yeah, I just had some severe muscle aches and a little bit of a cough.
Can't taste the food.
Can't taste my food. A little bit of a cough. So everything's all right though. I'd
I'm sure
swear.
I'm fine. All right, a hypothetical person. This person is someone who likes you more than you like them. They desperately want you to be your friend.
This is just a
It's a
random person.
hypothetical person.
Okay. Okay.
This is great. I'd love
Yeah.
this in my
I
life.
love this. Yeah. I need more of this in my
Need more of
life.
this. Very unrelatable for me. All right. Life has not gone your way. You've hit rock bottom and your options are limited. But then, for whatever reason, you happen to have a chance encounter with a grizzled elderly con artist. They immediately like you. Just before they leave town, they explain how you can escape from your current hardships. They teach you a simple confidence game that will solve all your problems. It's a cruel trick that can be attempted only on Christmas Eve. This scam will allow your life to return to the way it once was. According to them, attempting this con on a stranger is impossible, but there's only a 25% chance is possible, but there's only a 25% chance it will work. But if you attempt this trick on someone who already wants to believe whatever you tell them, they note, it will be extremely easy to pull off. It will be like taking candy from a baby. It's the morning of December 24th. Do you attempt to con the imagined person? Do you attempt to con a stranger? The con will take all day, so it can only be attempted once.
What is the con? Does it specify like what
It's
is
a
this
vague
like
con.
what like
Classic
what kind
vague
of
con
con?
situation.
It's like what?
Um,
Like what kind of a con are we talking? That I feel like that's really important to this, and it's just
in what way are you conning?
glazes right over them.
You can
Yeah,
just say
like,
I'm gonna have a con that will improve my life, take all my hardships away.
like
Because
what?
how will it affect this person is pretty key here, right?
Yeah.
Let's attempt to con the imagined person. I don't know this person. But what way you attempt to con a stranger? It's a 25% chance.
Yeah, but you do know this person apparently. Apparently, you do know this person because they are your friend.
But
they like you a lot more than you like them.
If
though.
you attempt it on that person, it'll be extremely easy to pull off. Like taking candy
Yeah.
from a baby. This con.
Which, by the way, that I don't know about that phrase because like maybe it's just because I have a conscience, but like taking things away from a baby is
Well, it's
it's
never
hard.
used in like a good context, right? It's
No,
never.
no, it never is. But it also is like uh babies have like a surprisingly like very strong grip.
No, they
I've
don't.
had I've had I've had my nephew and nieces pull my glasses
It's a
off.
mild effort
Like
to take it from a baby.
even when I'm like trying to hold it on, it's like they just like rip it off and I'm just like, yeah, I can do whatever.
It's a mild inconvenience, though, to
It is a
take
mild
candy from a
inconvenience, yeah.
baby.
Oh, that's a mild.
Damn.
I mean, just like physically, yes, it is a mild inconvenience.
So this con, though, you need to give me details.
Yeah, so it's a con that will
They teach you.
improve your
It's a
life.
simple confidence game that will solve all your problems. What's a confidence game?
A confidence game or
Yeah,
gain?
game. GAME.
Is this like one of those like, hey, I this is a simple confidence trick that will score you a lot of babes, like that
It's
kind
a
of a
cruel
thing?
trick. It's a cruel trick that can be attempted only on Christmas Eve. Um, this game will allow your life to return to the way it once was.
But you have to
So,
spend all day on Christmas Eve doing it.
is it like one of those Facebook games where it's like, I know the number you're thinking? You know those ones where it's like 12. And like, whoa, everybody's like, how do you do that? Because there's like a good portion of people that just happen to pick 12 and they share it on Facebook.
And a lot of it is
That
also
kind of thing.
a lot of it has to do with a lot of that is suggestion and manipulation of your brain.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those, that's how that happens.
What is a confidence game?
What is it? Yeah, that's a little.
A swindle in which the victim is persuaded to trust the swindler in some way. So
Okay.
it's also a vague game.
Yeah.
So this could apply to anything. This is again just a con that we don't know what it is. It's something where you're manipulating someone to believe something.
I
The quote they use is, "They were the innocent victims of an elaborate confidence trick."
so that it was like so they convinced me to do something. Basically, it was like by manipulating my ability.
It's like the following is an example of a case law on confidence game. Obtaining money by a means of confidence game involves an act of cheating or swindling, and therefore is a crime involving moral turpitude.
Hmm.
So like some sort of game where it's like, if I can guess this, then you give me this money or this much money, but you already know that you can like.
What are the odds that what are the odds when Rusty and Ryan do this? What are the odds that Ryan knows what a confidence game is? Because I'm gonna tell you, Rusty doesn't know what a confidence game is, but maybe Ryan would.
I don't know. Confidence game, but
I was like, I never heard of this before.
Any sort of con though that's like,
Yeah.
give me $10 if I can guess your weight. Is that like the thing? But then how would that ever result in
Yeah, it
your
wouldn't be
life
anything
being
like
changed?
it wouldn't be anything like that. It couldn't be anything like that because this is something that takes all day.
It needs to be on Christmas Eve. I don't think it matters the specifics. It's just like a magical thing where it's on it has to happen on Christmas Eve, and you have to con somebody
With Christmas magic.
But what's the ramifications of this con? Then we need to know this.
Yeah, did they know you did it afterwards, after the fact, or not?
I mean, I'm just talking morally. Like, am I taking something from them that will affect their life negatively or something?
I mean, like, was the prompt? Do you do this?
Do you attempt to con the imagined person? Do you attempt to con a stranger? The con will take all day, so it can only be attempted once.
I don't. What if I just refuse to do the con? I don't like the sound of this.
I would like to refuse the con. It seems like a monkey's paw situation that's going to come.
Yeah, yeah. That's. I mean, it's like that's the only thing. Is it?
It also just sounds immoral to begin with.
So what I'm thinking is like a confidence game. So this is. Here's an example. I think I actually just thought of one. The Monopoly McDonald's game. That was a confidence game.
In what way?
Because it was rigged. The whole thing was rigged. It was by basically these people were able to control the winners because they were able to control the who won the game and when in certain ways. There's a really good documentary on it, or pretty good documentary on it, called McMillions. It's a series actually. highly recommend watching it. But that they kind of go into detail about like all these different people all had similar connections to each
Hmm.
other, and they were basically like manipulated into doing so because it's like, hey, want to get really rich, you know. But a lot of it was a swindle on them because then they had to be sort of it. It was like, well, we guarantee you win, but we get half the cut, or we get like you're only going to get 30% of that, and you have to pay us back bits and pieces
Hmm.
of it. You have to pay interest on it. So like it was like, hey, you won the $1 million or whatever. But it's like, but ultimately, as they would come to find out, or at least some of them would come to find out, most of the money was still just getting kicked back to the people that controlled the game, anyways.
So the
So I
confidence
think
game, the con is on the people that
the
didn't
con is
win.
on the
They're
people that didn't win that but agreed to it because they were like, hey, they had all this money flashed
yeah,
in front of them,
like a
basically.
rigged lottery system.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm. But again, it's vague in like what what the specific con is that has to take place on Christmas
Yeah, I don't
Eve.
know.
So yeah,
And it takes all day.
okay. So let's say we have to do the con. Are we
Okay, if we
attempting it
have
on
to do
the
the con,
imagined person who likes us more than we like them, or are we attempting it on a stranger, which is a 25% chance of working? I'd say the stranger
yeah,
because I don't necessarily want it to work anyway.
okay, okay,
Because
but
if I
like
don't want to do the con,
there could
then
be there could be jail time
who
if they would get
knows what the
caught.
confidence game is?
You could get caught, and it could cost you serious jail time if you get caught from that. That's the only thing I'm thinking. It doesn't say that in the prompt, I guess,
Hmm.
but I mean,
Come on, but this person
if
desperately wants to be your friend. Come on now.
yeah, would you take advantage of that? I guess.
No,
Yeah, I wouldn't feel right taking advantage of that.
but I would if it got me out of jail time, right? So, yeah, I would do the stranger
I'd play the odds. Yeah, I'd play the odds. 25% chance, sure.
on this freaking
What do they matter
vague
to me? This
con
person, this other person's my
confidence game.
friend. I wouldn't do anything. I'm pretty loyal to my friends. I wouldn't do anything to screw my friends out of things, even if they like me way more than I like them.
Wait,
So
so wait, a con is so a confidence game is just a longer form of con, right? That's all it is. Then
I guess
that's
is
just what
that really
con is
what
short
con
for.
is that what con is short for?
Okay,
Really?
that's probably what it is. And then so it's just again, it's just saying a con. They teach
Yeah,
you a con. Do you want to do the
yeah.
con? All right.
It's like you can trick this person into giving you all kinds of money, or you could trick this person into letting you sleep with their sister. I don't
All right,
know.
two more. They're a specific person. There are no provisions or limitations in this scenario. Imagine any specific person you want, famous or unknown, real or fictional. So imagine literally any person, any specific person.
Real or fictional? Okay.
Yeah, real or fictional. Okay. Fictional
Yeah,
person.
I can think of some fictional people.
Do we want to imagine the same fictional person?
That'd be weird.
Because we could pick like any Tarqaron thing we've covered or something, right?
Yeah,
If we
I was
wanted
not
to.
necessarily thinking that, but
We could. I'm gonna pick Clementine from Eternal Sunshine. That's
okay.
the person.
Okay, I'm picking
Because you don't really get a chance to pick a fictional person often, it seems,
yeah.
in here.
Okay. Cool. I'm picking Aerith from Final Fantasy VII.
Okay. You are now this person living their life. If the
Uh-oh.
person is fictional, you exist within the world their character inhabits. You look exactly
Uh-oh.
like them, you have all their skills and flaws, and everyone else recognizes and treats you as the person you selected. You inherit
Okay.
all of their memories, but you also retain all the memories and knowledge you have right now. You will never return to your previous life. Upon making this transformation, what is the first thing you want to do? So wait, also I'm inheriting all of their memories, so that's like a lot of memories from Clementine, by the way.
Yeah,
She
that's
erased
that's a
her
lot.
memories
That's a lot
like
of that,
several times, so I'm getting all of those.
that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff right there. You just inherited.
What's the first thing you do, Alec?
Change my fate.
Mm,
If I'm able to retain my memories from this life, that means I also know I'm a fictional character, right?
yeah.
So, but that means I can then try to determine the
You can
story doesn't
change your
necessarily have to
name.
be deterministic. Yeah. I can change the story.
But if you change the game forever, it's like you. Oh wait, you will never return to your previous life. Shoot, that's awful.
Hey, living on in the live stream doesn't seem like it's the worst thing in the world. So, you know,
What?
maybe I will still die, but
But that'll be awful.
it would be awful, but I would be at peace, you know?
Because now I gotta be with Joel over and over again.
Um, but if we have like some random freedom of will,
Me picking a woman is immediately backfired on me.
I was gonna be like, screw it. I'm just gonna go sleep around with the whole Final Fantasy VII cast.
Yeah,
Why not?
You're getting all
Why
the
not?
guys, dude. You're the woman.
No, I can get. Who said anything about why I have to get only the guys? I mean, I could get some of the guys. Sure. The canon Aerith is
right?
straight. Yeah, sure, but
you can't just convert everybody to be bisexual for you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, okay, maybe I'd try to work some magic then. I know how to. I mean, I remember I have my memories too, so I know a lot of things about all the other characters. So I know what makes them tick.
But you're limited. Like, are there any characters in Final Fantasy that are women attracted to another woman? Do they exist?
That is a good question.
Because I can go to Eternal Sunshine world. That's just
that world.
Earth,
that is our world.
A futuristic Earth.
Yeah.
So I can find women that are attracted to women. And I can do that, yes. But
yeah.
Because you don't have to feel what that character feels necessarily. You just have their memories. But you have your own, so I feel like you're very limited. Because I feel like
I'm trying to think. I mean, like, I feel it's arguable. It's arguable. I don't actually adhere to this because I think a lot of it is just people and their own wish fulfillment. But it's arguable that two characters from Final Fantasy 13 are women who are attracted to women. But I don't necessarily agree.
But your world, can you interact with those characters? I don't think you can, right?
In Final Fantasy 13, no.
Yeah.
Won't be able to. I'm in the world of Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
I'm in Gaia.
So that's rough, right?
Yeah.
I think it's backfiring. At the end of the day, it's pretty rough. Yeah. To pick the woman in that scenario, and a woman whose fate, yeah. Well, you can try to change the fate. Still, I don't know how much.
I mean, but if I have all the feelings, if I have all the feelings of, like the feelings of a woman, it's like I don't know if it will matter to me as much anymore. It'd be like, all right, well now I'm in this. Might as well make the best of it, you know.
You don't just become attracted to men though, because you retain all the memories and knowledge you have right now.
Yeah.
You only inherit all of their memories and their skills and flaws. So it's not like your mental state should necessarily be affected by it. Like,
would I seduce Cloud Strife? That's the question.
You'd have no choice. You'd have to. You just have to.
I mean, that's not like a thing that happens in the game, but I mean, if I have agency in the world, then
Cloud's your boy.
Cloud is my boy.
Well, what is the first thing you do? Did you say what the first thing?
No, I don't know. Probably the first thing I would do, I would probably go up onto the plate. I mean, it depends on, I guess, when in the story. I would guess if it's happening towards the beginning of the story of the game, I'd probably go up on the plate and just look out and look at the landscape, like see how everybody lives, and just
if in your world, like if you see everybody as
see Midgar,
do you see everybody as like polygon characters, or do you see them
let's take it. Okay, let's get it a step further. I'm Aerith from Final Fantasy VII Remake.
True.
So
at least
that's not even finished. That story isn't even finished yet.
Oh shit!
So we don't know where that's going.
Where it ends.
Not necessarily. Yeah. We don't know. I mean, they
could change the ending on you.
They could change stuff in the next part. Who knows? Absolutely. There's all kinds of possibilities with that, you know. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the first thing I would do is like.
I mean, everybody's horny for Cloud in Final Fantasy VII Remake, so you know.
I'd probably go to some places I know in my world right now, see what they look like in this version of Earth, futuristic Earth. Because it's like Eternal Sunshine's world is seemingly just our world in early 2000s, but with this piece of technology, it's the only thing we know that's new.
Yeah.
So we know it's somewhat futuristic, but it still looks the same. Like you have the same old cars in the streets, and
Would you try to determine how many people, and like who is using this technology, and like how many people have undergone
look,
this?
this prompt isn't fun to me anymore. I'm stuck in here forever. It's not like, oh, let's have some fun in this world. I'm like, now this is going to be hell soon. Oh man, now I have to be Clementine forever.
Well,
Yeah, I would find the women that are attracted to women and have a happy life, independent of everything that took place in the movie.
I could in original Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if that's much in the script, but in a remake, sky's the limit because it's not done yet. So
I don't want to be with Jolie, honestly. Like their story, but I don't want to be with Jolie the rest of my life. I can't do it. So I would just live a different life, I guess. It would be hell. It would be hell because I have all my memories of my actual life, and I have to lead this pretend life now. But it's all right. That's what I do. One more. This is a specific person. Try to remember the first person you had a conversation with today. The conversation must include a minimum of one complete sentence from each party. If you live with this person, they are not eligible. Can I be honest with you? I did not leave the house today, so
I guess
it's you.
Yesterday. Just me? You can do let's try yesterday for you then. Okay, come up with somebody. I've got somebody. It was just a customer.
Just a customer.
Yeah, one of the houses I serviced today.
The first person you had a conversation, but I have to go by the prompt.
You got to bend the rules for the prompt.
You bend the rules?
Just slightly, just so that it's the first person on a day that you, just yesterday. Just do it the day before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually trying to even remember what
I'm trying
the
to think
person
of the
looked
first
like.
person. I think I know. This is a person I don't really know very well.
This is a person that I don't know from Adam because I don't even know if I remember them.
But you both said
what their name is.
You both said one complete sentence each.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You awake in a hospital bed. Your head is pounding and covered in bandages. You can't remember anything that has happened since yesterday evening, although your long-term memory is fine. The doctor explains that you've suffered a serious concussion, but no permanent damage. You ask what happened. The doctor says that you got into an argument with the imagined person, and that argument escalated into a physical altercation. You lost the fight. You don't know what happened, but what do you assume caused this fight?
Okay, so I'm actually like now I'm like racking my brain. It's like, okay, what was the first place I went to today? The first house I went to. I feel like it was probably an elderly lady. So if I got into an physical altercation, she probably got like a frying pan and probably beat me over the head with it.
Mm-hmm.
Would explain the bandages.
What caused this fight?
She probably started accusing me of doing something. I don't know. Of stealing. Maybe she started accusing me of stealing. You're stealing from me!
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, I'm not. Excuse me. But, like, that's not at all what I would be doing.
I don't know. The person I have is a person I just started working with, like, 2 days ago. I don't even know this person.
I mean, I don't know her either. I don't know this person at all.
What would I assume caused this fight? I have no idea.
Maybe they all of a sudden started using like horribly racist slurs at work,
mm-hmm.
Or maybe it is another some other work related issue. Maybe they're accusing you of stealing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what it is. And then, no, I have to assume that I'm on the noble side of this fight.
I mean, that's
why I lost the fight. I didn't even fight.
That was my assumption. But I was like, I'm not going to fight a little old lady, you know, like.
And she gave you a concussion for it.
Yeah. Wake in a hospital bed.
Yeah. I don't have anything interesting for this one, but
getting hit in the head with a frying pan would definitely ruin the rest of your day. That's for sure.
That's 10 right there.
That's 10. There it is.
Good
well,
stuff.
That was yeah. I like how like some of these are just like super simple and others are like, well, you gotta think about that for a bit.
Yeah, and some are a little wild, a little wackies.
Little wacky old
And
Chuck Klosterman is wacky
some are
mind.
super serious, and it's like, it is interesting how it puts a different lens on each question. You know, you don't look at everything the same way.
I want that fictional character one was fun. I like that one. Even though both of us ended up in maybe not so great scenarios.
Yeah, it could have been so much better. Like, we picked some different things, a little different.
If I just picked, like, I don't know, like friggin' Yuri Lowell or something.
Yeah, we could have picked anyone from real life as well, and then we have another, like, what was it, Bruce Springsteen situation where it's stuck in
you're Bruce Springsteen. I'd be like Barack Obama.
And then it's like, now you have
I got a pretty sweet life, I think, right now.
No, you got to navigate a fake life, though, knowing what you knew.
Yeah, but I know what I know, but then I also have all of
that's very different if
Barack's
his
memories.
It's different if you go to a fictional world where it's like you can't interact with anyone you knew before, but then if you go to someone real and take their spot, then it's like, well, my family and people I knew that think I'm just gone or whatever.
Yeah. Did you just evaporate?
And it's like, do you go interact with them and say, hey, just so you know, I'm also
just so you know,
also me.
I was absorbed into his body. Yeah, I feel like from that it would be like something like the only way you could do that is by telling them information that literally only you would know.
Mm-hmm. And then you have to convince them that they're dead.
Yeah.
And then otherwise the bomb inside your chest will go off.
No, that's a different prompt.
All right, good times, Alrighty. Chuck. Thank you, Chuck.
That was great. Yeah, thanks.
God bless you. All
right, we gotta have Chuck on here sometime.
Chuck's gonna do a box art battles with us soon.
Yeah.
Can we get Chuck? What's the stupidest video we could get Chuck for, huh?
Let's get Chuck for a wheel spin.
Chance time with
for
Chuck.
Chance time with Chuck. Yeah, there you go.
Chance time with Chuck.
It's just him spinning a wheel.
And then we'll come back and we'll have all sorts of crazy conversations.
Crazy conversation. He's not even on the next episode.
No, he'll be there. He'll be there, and but there's no small talk. He hates small talk, so absolutely none of that. We'll be getting right into the deep.
Yeah, can you imagine if we get him on? If you get him on like a Zoom call, and he's just like immediately like no small talk, and it's just like. He just comes up with one of these scenarios, and that's what we have to talk about.
You don't say how you doing, Chuck. You go right into it's like Chuck. Like if you were stranded and you had to switch realities,
you had to keep one of your body parts, but only one. And
yeah, all right. So thank you for watching. If you were to recommend a video for our viewers to go watch after watching this one, which one would you recommend?
Go see. Go see our hypotheticals with Rusty.
Yes, hypotheticals number 2.
Number 2.
Yes.
Go check it out.
About our dream house.
Mm-hmm.
Underground
dream house. Yeah, it's pretty sweet deal.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I think it's a pretty good deal. Some people might disagree. It's crazy. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to our podcast feed, like the video, leave a comment, hit the notification bell, and follow us on Twitter at Tarqaron, TWOK.